Top morning, laddies. My name is Chaz, and welcome to the What If Zuko was or had the power of infinity and zero. Let me go to settings. Yeah. So, in this alternate timeline, there's 3 levels. Or actually 4. No, 5. Yeah. So, one is quirkless, one is quirked, one is abilities, and the other has skills. So, in order, and then the last one is the infinity thing and zero. But there's there's no one obtained the infinity and zero. So, yeah. Because that type of power is really too overpowered. And in this alternate timeline, I'm making Zumi into this what if. So, yes. So, let's begin. Usually I say Zuko being born, but let's go back. Or, actually, no, skip that part of. So now we're at the Quark Doctors. The Quark Doctor tells Zumi that she can become a hero, but when he looked at her brother and tells him that he has no chance to become a pro hero. But there's one thing. Zuko was born with the infinity and or powers of infinity and zero already. So, but they don't know. So Zuko was like, all right. And Inko decides to basically do abandon him. So over years have passed. Zuko, who had no emotion, he was terrified. He could not believe that his own mother, his own family abandoned him for being quirkless. But then, one day, he got kidnapped by one of the villains. Let's say it was one of the goons to Overhaul. As one of the goons had a plan. As the kid gets pumped by for like a very special drug that Overhaul made. Not using Ares' like rewind quirk, but a special special one. So yeah, let me move. Oh. Yeah. Oh. So yeah, they needed a quirkless person to pull it off, and he does that as it in a boxed area as he's like growing and or his body becomes so numb like it can't even walk or get up straight, and more load on it. Let me here let's do some math. So from age of 4 to age of 15, that's 11 years of Zuko getting drugged up for 11 years. Yeah. Then the and it happens like normally, but instead of Zuko, it was Zumi that he goes to UA, and she did get one for all. Oh, and the basically having like yeah. So Zuko so Overhaul tells All for One that the experiment was successful. But we need to have him do more of that. This is like poisoning. Yes. We will do it. Or go ahead, keep going on it to make sure. And if the heroes try to figure out, you will have permission to strap him to the nuclear bomb. As Overhaul says, okay. So then Zuko was so like drugged up, and yeah. So then a time skip. I'm skipping over the ball throw. Here's Urzilans. But during the USJ, or actually skipping the USJ because it's similar to canon, but there's Zumi instead of Zuko. Then skipping the sports festival, skipping all of it, all the way to the, because I don't want to bore ya. So the all the way to All Might versus All for One. It was time to set down nuke. So Zuko was strapped, and All for One says to All Might that, you're already too late. We already have one of the innocent citizens. You're her. And before we begin our little fight, and Zumi was like in that group of like the pro heroes, as All for One says to her that your brother wasn't quirkless at all, actually. His power, or he obtained what we did not obtain. As Zumi is confused, but then when Principal Nezu remembers that whoever obtained infinity and or powers of infinity and zero has the powers to control the world. As Nezu pieces two to two together. As Nezu says, "Where are you keeping the one or Zuku's is about to say gonna have explosion." As a TV worked, as they see in horror of a Zuku getting strapped to a nuke that is powerful than all the nations combined. Like all the different nukes fused into one. That's how powerful. But times 10. Forgot to mention. Yeah. Zumi, he remembers she didn't forget about her brother. Because at age of 3, she loved her own brother. Because she's always happy being around him. But when she saw him as what she looks like, or what he looks like, just horrified her. As she wants him back. Even Inko, when Inko heard that Zuko wasn't quirkless, but he obtained the powers of infinity and zero, yeah, that's how she was. Yeah, as everyone is now. Yeah, so then the All for One says, "Okay, Overhaul, set the nuke." Yes, master. As he walks over, sets the nuke up, and then when it explodes, yeah, because it will take with him. So, as all for One says, I'm giving you. Sorry about that. Basically, Yeah. So can you hear me now? There we go. So All for One decides and to like give him a choice. Defeat me but lose every single person, or save him. I'm giving you two options on it. I'm a patient man. As All Might, he is trying to like decide, because he knows that the citizens come first, but so the pro heroes, some of them like broke away into two groups, and one of the groups found in where Overhaul's group thing, so they went in, and yeah, so Overhaul is about to detonate it. As Zuko was mumbling, saying more, as his addiction was, because he's been so drugged up. Some people, like from Overhaul's group, is surprised that someone lives this long. His heart exploded. The All for One, or no, Zuko's heart exploded, but he still keeps going. As Overhaul says, this is the power of infinity and zero. See, whoever obtained it is now immortal. But there's one thing I just now realized when I did expectation. Zuko was actually born with this power instead of obtaining it. As most of his men were like, wait, what do you mean? More than obtain? And, well, so yeah. So then when the Zuko, or when a bomb goes off, it exploded, but everyone lives. Because Zuko's is like, look how close Zuko is to the nuke. And he survives. And because he had power of zero, he used it to shield the blast. And as Zuko's... Zuko just tried everything to he literally tried everything, and as they all thought they were dead, but then the pro heroes realized having infinity and zero, that doesn't mean he's quirkless when he has the power of zero, or zero. It means he can absorb the attacks. So he absorbed the explosions. So everyone lives. And he so too. As the pro heroes comes in, beats like villains, kidnap them. As All Might beats Overhaul. Oh. As Zuko was, or they thought he was dead. But then his body can't. As the pro heroes called it, as they see a arm reaching out, grabbing in the ledge. It was Zuko. As he starts crawling to where they had barrels. No, not even barrels. Tanks full of the as the pro heroes stops him, as they know that they had to done something, and so they ran him to the hospital, as they could not believe. And they basically explains, or the doctors explains what they did to, or what the villains did to him. It's a new substance. It's unknown to us. But based off of this young man's and blood, it looks like he's been overdosed on it for the rest of his life. As Inko heard that, as she could not believe that the villains kidnapped their own son. But before, the court doctor lied to her. So she's kind of upset about the court doctor lying to her. But then she's sad at Zuko. Because the villains kidnapped him and pumping that weird fluids into his body. As in order to flush it all out, they basically tried everything. And Zuko needed some rest, because that liquid substance stuff keeps him going. And it's like torture. Because if you're a mortal and drinking that crud, your body will shut down. It is like going through the stay awake ink test. You know, probably some of you military guys know what that is. So, yeah. But some of you that don't know, oh, it's a new form of torture. Keeping people awake. Yeah. Well, he made a substance that's similar to that. But with Zuko, it's like yeah. So his sister sees him, and she's like wants to spend time with her brother. As Class A and Class B, and Ares was disgusted, but what the villains did to their classmates' brother. As the the detective, or actually All Might and Netzu and Mr. Aizawa and the detective was blaming themselves for not seeing in this kid's full potential. As his own his own mother is crying because they should have just paid more attention to him and as as All Might, he understands that it's family matters things. So so All Might tells Zumi that because Nezu says the same thing, that she can take all the time in the world to spend with her brother. As of course, one of the Class 1B students, the one that has a copy quirk, this guy right here, this man right here, the one that I have my cursor on, well, he basically was being a smart butt. And haha, he gets all this wonderful attention because of the people like him needs to die. As All Might, or no, actually not All Might, Zumi gets up out of her chair, walks over to Mirio, or whatever his name is, the one with a copy quirk, and punched him right in the face. He's as she's not having this cred. She told him that to apologize to him, because so everyone is trying to separate Zumi from as All Might understands that, and As the detectives also tells them that Zuko has no charges. He was just a victim of a assault, and he needs to be in recovering. As as Zuko's, or actually Zumi came back, sat back down near her brother, as everyone is about to leave. But then Zumi hears her brother's voice as a as he turns his head to looking at her. Is that you, Zumi? In a quietest, or in a small voice. As Zumi says, I'm here, brother. I won't let anyone take you away. The plus you can, or I can't believe that, and you probably had a grudge or guilt about, and as Zuko says, you have guilt about what the parents. As he turns his body, as it was shaky, but he pets her on the head and tells her that things are going to be alright. As he tries very hard to, so he ends up going, as he tells her that he's trying to regain his consciousness slowly. But then when he says, I'm very proud of you, sister. As he did, or actually Inko and Asashi were there, but he is blind, or no, he's still trying to regain his vision through both of his eyes. So Asashi understands. So basically both of them became, or they always, or Inko goes into town to check on him to see how he's doing, and most of the students even checks on him to make sure he's still breathing, as he was he was still so it only took him 5 weeks. Or 5 months to try to wake up, or try to have all the gunk that this man gave him out. And when he was sleeping, or he went to sleep, his heart regenerated back into its old form thing. So he he breathes. As, yeah, as everyone is talking about him, how this kid survived having. If I told you a number, would you believe me? Or no, not one. 9 sextillion tons of that. And, like, alcohol thing. A special one. Yeah. So, and I'm not promoting any drugs or anything like that. It's just it's how, oh, some of you might probably think, oh, this guy promotes that. I'm not. It's just it's, yeah. So, he gets up as he tries to walk, and like aided training with him and all that stuff. So Momo or Ochako, both of them were, of course, Momo is thinking about dating him because he's the attractive one. He's a, like, and then, of course, Ochako wants to be like what Zuko is and Zumi, because both of them is their own pro heroes things. Yeah, and no, I am not gonna choose Aries, because she's just a kid, and pair her up with a 15-year-old kid that's a teenager is like equals like jail time for the adult or for the teenager. But yeah. So it's between Momo and Ochako. Oh. So yeah. Momo was like thinking about battling against Ochako to fight over Zuko. But instead of taking a fight one, she wants to, of course, she heard about double dating, like if Zuko double dates with her and Ochako at the same time, that would be, yeah. So Zuko ended up, of course, Momo asks Ochako if she loves Zuko. As Ochako's face becomes all blushed, as she says, "Why do you ask?" Well, if you like him, how about we both, me and you, ask him out on a date and then get married to him. As she's like, that's a great idea. Then a time skip. I'm skipping the overhaul thing. And Zuko was fully recovered. And so then Ochako and Momo asked him out on a date. Then after a while, they got married and had 4 kids. 2 boys, 2 girls. Yeah. Like 1 boy, 1 girl, 2. Yeah. So basically, so that's what happened. As he became also a pro hero. Bro. As he was so done fast, everything was correct. He even catched up to all the ones. Then they got graduated. They finally became pro heroes. As Zuko is so ready to kill those villains that, like, yeah, that drugged him up. As they asked him that the so what happened to the nuke? Well, at the last minute, I used the power of 0 because I can absorb that explosion into my own body. So then, so yeah. Oh, so before we go, sorry. Do you like or the that and like drawing thing? I take one character and completely draw a like what they would look like as like cartoon characters, because that's a new series that I'm doing on, and it's called Drawer. So basically, it takes a lot to do. Like, if any of you want to suggest turn Aries into a cartoon or like comic book character, or Renko into a comic book character, or any anime characters that would look like as comic books, it would be like, for this entire series to keep going, because I believe that you guys really enjoy these series. Like, I did 1, 2, 3. I did 3 for today. So, yeah. This stuff, like these ones, I think you guys really enjoy it. Because my very first one was Overhaul, and most of you guys really enjoyed that one. And then I turned my drawing into a person. Then I turned the All Might into like cartoon. So yeah, basically it is all the his stuff. If you guys want me to do a what if series on them, like what would happen if the legendary fisherman from Yu-Gi-Oh looked as a anime character or cartoon character. That's what I did with Jinzo. So, yeah. And yeah, so if you guys want me to do any of your suggestions of the of any of the anime characters that you could think of, I'm thinking about doing the Armored Titan. And next, after this What If series or video. So, stay tuned for that. So, and this is my channel, so subscribe. Okay? Because I am trying to reach the golden play button or diamond play button. That's DIMON. Diamond. Like in the diamond, and then yeah. So now stay tuned for, and you have subtitles on, and all these guys or all these people like Toga, and then Ochako, the Nomu, All Might, Overhaul. Oh, from like My Hero Academia is done. I just need to do was the over or All for One, see what he looks like, and then the all of the other stuff. So subscribe